you a Homo sapiens living on planet Earth, in the solar system, in the Milky Way galaxy? Well, then why don't you get on in here? Pull up a chair, pull up some stilts, and take a seat.
Oh, yeah.
This is the podcast for Empathy and Imagination.
Empathy and imagination.
My name is Aubrey Cloutier.
And I am Drew motherfucking Clark.
So, what else do you need to know, really?
Folks, it is with a big, heavy, juicy American heart that I am so grateful to be here today with my dear, longtime, brilliant, talented accomplice, Aubrey Cloutier.
Oh, me. Thank you.
You, sir, have improved my life dramatically, and here we are, opening beers with batteries in a garage on some taped-up zip-tie shit.
Yes.
I just burped.
It feels very comfortable to be here. I appreciate you always hosting our little podcasts.
I would always.
I'd like to thank anyone who has listened, who is listening.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. It's going to be... It is sad to leave this, but, I mean, you're going to do this. You're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing this. But also,
the podcast is changing.
The infrastructure will be here.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're keeping the infrastructure.
You know.
There's
You'll
no
still
reason
have a lot
for
of
me to not do this, if not once, twice, or 3 times a week. There's no reason not to.
Well, also the musically, everything will already be hooked up.
Ready to go. Just need a computer that can connect to FireWire. And I have one, but it's in the wrong room. You know, tiny details.
You could use your laptop in there.
Maybe just do the HDMI to the TV, and
Feels
then
weird.
It's well, we could probably get used to it. I bet if we did it,
feels weird.
She wouldn't even notice. Anyway, I think it's time for like a deep dive check-in. I know we kind of just started there, but folks, I feel lots of feelings, and I'm going to be a little reminiscent today. And we have a couple of weird topics, and they're poignant. This is something like episode 85.
Something like that.
And this is something like 3.5 years in.
Yes.
And we've made a lot of friends. We've interviewed a lot of amazing people. We've plugged in a lot of wires. A lot.
I'd like to thank all the guests.
Yeah.
Thinking back on it, we did have quite a few. Owen Dockham, Mark
Thorpe,
Tom Adams,
mm-hmm.
Senta Schumacher.
Those weird guys you met in.
That
super cool guy with
Reiner.
the big eyes, the wallpaper guy.
Reiner
from
Benicia.
Cool guy.
Jim Lubinsky. Lars
mm-hmm.
from
Suffocate. I actually found the
I know
footage
I'm
from that
forgetting
show.
some people.
I have the footage from that show.
What's that stand-up comedian? What was her name?
Oh, her name was...
Totally zoning on it.
But she was starting her stand-up career basically
Jacks,
the night before. And I saw her set, and it was funny. Dude, so you're thanking the guests.
I'm thanking all the guests. I'm sorry if I forgot your name.
There's so many guests.
I forget my own name. But thank you, everyone, for showing up and people who called in. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Claire.
This is not the end. This is a metamorphosis.
Yeah, it's a change.
It's a metamorphosis.
I want to do something gross.
It's going to be a little different.
No one look at me over here.
Every time I talk, Drew does some kind of bodily function. That is another running theme. But I just, I deal with it. It's okay.
See,
I sort of want more. I want him to get closer to the mic.
He
doing
gets
his coughs and his.
Well, he gets used to my eccentricities, and then I interrupt. Yeah, see, he starts snorting while I'm talking, and then I snort while he's talking. It's fine. This is why I'm worried about it working long distance.
Yeah, the immediacy of it will be different.
Also, the ability to look at your face
in real physical 3D
in
space.
3D, Maybe if there was holograms. Actually, that might
there we
be
go.
even better.
VR podcasting.
That's here. That's already... Dude, that was 2 months
We
ago.
just need to scan in get 3D scans of our
I think
heads.
you wear like a motorcycle helmet,
and just
and it's
scans it all in.
constantly scanning your facial expressions, and the whole visor is a screen
Oh, dude, there
of
it
what
is.
you're seeing.
Fuck.
There it is. Motorcycle helmet.
There it is.
Again, this is also the recording studio, too. I have an idea to make a recording studio. I have a motorcycle helmet, but no one's going to back me on it.
But yeah, if you had a real-time 3D face scanner / VR
On your shoulders.
visor,
Mm-hmm. And you're in
it'd be heavy as
Massachusetts.
shit.
Yeah, fuck it.
You're
Plug it
right.
in, too. You're not going anywhere. There's no mobile.
Right.
The mic's built in, so you got the headset on, and basically
Yeah.
you're looking at the screen, and it looks like you're in the garage. You're in here,
Right.
and you're like looking around, and you're like,
God.
all I got to do to get back to California is put this helmet on, and I'm good
Right.
to go.
Right.
And I'd put the helmet on too, because I'm here. You know.
Yes, and
Yes, and
you have little cameras in your glasses,
oh, that shoot.
and I'm like, hey, I just want to hang out with Drew, so I'm not. Somehow I put on my VR glasses and I see what you're seeing, so I'm in California again, seeing from your
Ooh.
perspective.
Are we
And-
starting 3 or 4 companies today?
And
What's
I-
going on?
And I could talk to you at the same time. So
Oh, yeah, we're talking.
You know, yeah.
Like, and we can interrupt and overlap, and it's fine. Because I'll be on a tangent,
Right.
and you'll be like, but Drew,
It'll
or vice
be
versa.
No latency.
Mhm.
So Oculus Rift, Vive, Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook. There you
That
go.
loud noise
There's your
was
next.
me opening this Lagunitas.
There's your next $1 trillion,
Mm-hmm.
and you're welcome.
Yeah. All right, man.
Extended check-in. do
What
we
else
got?
you've... Okay, so let's go with... blah, 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 how are you feeling? I know we always talk about our feelings on this show because we like to open with a check-in. I think it reminds me of the clearing from Cafe Gratitude, which we were both alumni of. We're senior
The
alumni.
check-in? Yeah.
Because you kind of like, you say, oh, I'm feeling this, and then you hear it back, and you go, well, like, I'm grateful for that, and then you get acknowledged. It's like close enough. I like one-word feeling words. When I ask people who aren't used to talking about their feelings, I usually need to explain that when I say, how are you feeling? They go like, well, you know, like, well, this guy was telling me the other day that, and I'm like, no. How are you feeling? And they tell me a story, and I'm like, give me a one-word feeling word, like sad, happy, afraid, scared, tired, lonely. Like, give me a one-word feeling word.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that opens up the chest to the room.
It's good. It's hard, too.
Mm-hmm.
It would be hard for me to come up with one word. It would be...
Well, you can have multiple, but they need to each
Right.
be one word.
Right. So, wistful?
Wistful.
Kind of wistful. Like pre-nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to be thinking about things I've experienced here that I think are banal, but later they'll turn out to be significant or whatever. And so there's that. Pre-nostalgia, that's sort of one word. Feel scared? Feel a little scared.
Good. You should be fucking
just
scared.
because
True Blue? I don't know.
yeah, who knows? But that's part of the that makes me excited. Prospect of things failing in terms of, driving cross country.
Do you have tools at all?
That's exciting.
Are you bringing tools, wrenches, anything?
Yeah, I got my tool bag. Keeping all that shit.
How fun is it going to be that you get to replace your water pump on the side of the highway? How cool is that you get to do that? You get to.
Totally. And there's no deadline.
Yeah.
I could spend a month fucking around.
And then I'm envious of you.
Finding another way to go,
You'll fix True Blue. It'll be fine.
So in that sense, it's like the fucking Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm setting off. This is charted territory. People have been through the neutral zone before,
It is the neutral zone.
but who knows what will happen there, right? But there's the Federation is always close by, so there's
Capitalism.
there's safety.
Mhm.
but it's exciting to go on a solo mission.
Yeah, I want to go with you, but that wouldn't be a solo mission, and I can't go to Boston. I have a baby. But yes.
You have a baby, you have a job.
But
But if you had a week off, it'd be fun.
I get weeks off. 3 a year. That's not too bad.
You know, if you like flew into
Like Dallas or something?
yeah, or even farther east. Like what am I thinking of? Right before you turn up, like Tennessee, right before you go
Louisiana?
start going to up the East Coast.
Because you're going to go
Yeah.
Actually, we
I'm
usually
gonna
have
go.
our... Yeah. You can't just go zimp.
I could, but then you got this Chicago icy shit.
Isn't there a way to
Detroit.
go? I heard there was a center route. Of course, the northern
There's
route
Route 50,
that goes center.
and that was pre-interstate.
Yeah.
Pre-interstate days.
So you're talking 2-lane road, lots of dust.
and it's just
Yeah.
right across. And it's not it doesn't cut as cross like 80 does. You know, there's one that goes through Chicago. This one just goes straight across, almost like Mason-Dixon line.
Is it still hit Nevada, or does it start in L.A.?
Yes.
Like, I don't know where it goes exactly.
It goes from Sacramento to Maryland.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah. So I would go up.
Oh yeah,
connect with
50.
it.
I remember 50 from
I
Sacramento.
would go up, connect with 50, and then all the way over to Maryland, basically, and then go up.
Why don't you do that?
on,
But Maryland's too
I was
far.
thinking about it.
Maryland's too far.
This is why I know so much about Route 50 is because I
You've
was
been
just
checking it
looking
out.
at it.
Yeah.
It's more sort of quaint and scenic than an interstate, right? Interstate's just bullet train, fucking maximum speed all the time.
We have
This is a little more quaint, a little less maintained. You know, yeah, I mean, maybe so, man. It's not.
It's less maintained. There's not a 5-lane highway.
No.
It's a 2-laner.
It's 2 lanes.
But fixin' true blue on
it's-
2 lanes. How do you feel about that?
Right, exactly. And the snow, if there's snow, interstates are pretty
But
well
there'll be less
maintained.
snow than the Chicago route, no?
Yes, there will be less. Because you're going just straight across, essentially. The Chicago route, you're kind of going, parabolic.
So it's actually longer to go on 50, probably, than the
It's a
Chicago
little
route.
longer than the
Yeah.
Chicago route, but
Like
and
another
then
100 miles
then
or
the
something.
40, which is below 50.
Because that's how it goes.
Yeah, and then but then there's an interstate too, which you can take, and that's like 3,500 miles, 52 hours.
Fuck.
You
That's a
avoid all the
week.
snow. You get good weather pretty much until the very end.
And this is the 50 route?
No, this is the ultimate southern route.
Oh, this is through Texas, Arizona.
Yes.
And you're looking at beautiful stuff. It's just open beautiful. It's not high beautiful.
Arizona, Death Valley.
Mhm.
Valley.
Do you get to go through Joshua Tree, get down there through
Yeah,
California?
because you have to go down to pretty much L.A.
If you aren't filming and uploading your trip, I'm going to be
I think
pretty pissed.
I want to do a time lapse.
Of the whole trip,
Yeah, I
Ooh.
want to.
may I please
Be
request
diligent about
that
it,
you
but-
time lapse the entire trip and that you also stop, pick up, and selfie vlog events.
Okay.
I request that, and then please. Well, we're going to upload it here. We have to. We have to put it up
We'll
on
do
this
it.
channel.
Let's do it.
We have
I-
to.
I commit to that. Yeah.
Okay. And just tell me how I can help, and whatever music editing you need, I'll just do it.
Route 50 is the nostalgia route.
That's
Right.
old school.
It's the old route. It's the
It's longer.
interstate. Not as well maintained, but there's more. You encounter all these old towns. You know.
Are you planning on
You take a
meeting
trip
people?
through time, basically. You take a trip through fucking time when you travel cross country, and you go to these out of the way places. You realize how coastal culture is so different than
Mhm.
like Middle America.
Would you meet people? Are you planning on meeting people?
Yeah.
Like get friends?
If I took 50, there wouldn't be that many people to interact with. I have friends in like Miami, Colorado.
Because 50 doesn't hit Colorado. Does it?
I think it does, yeah.
Well, you need to go
Colorado,
to
yeah.
basically close to Denver, right? Is where your peeps are?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
It's-
the beer and pot scene in that state, it's just...
it's funny that I grew up there as a kid. Like, it seemed so... my childhood seemed so 1950s almost.
The last time I was in Colorado, weed was illegal. There.
It's insane.
Oh my gosh. So you're going to travel like crazy. And I'm going to be thinking about you. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I'll get you.
You get that?
Yeah, go ahead.
How do
Oh.
I position it?
Just closer. You're good. You're basically near center. A little higher. There it is. That's a handsome guy there. Who's that?
That was my first trip.
That was China Camp, right?
Yep.
I recognize
That was
that
our first China
was
camp.
it was our first China Camp, which was our first year.
Yes.
Second trip. Our first trip was like which good because we're going to come back to this later. Our first trip was to Samuel P. Taylor. We're like, yeah, we can do 55 miles and climb 1,800 feet and take psychedelic drugs when we get there and sleep a little bit and pedal home. No big deal, man.
Yeah, I'm fucking 18.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm 19 years
But
old.
you and I had been like preparing with serious rides, and we took our gear to a park and said like we weren't dum-dums about it,
Right.
and we did it.
It wasn't like, what's a bicycle? Here
Yeah.
we go.
Pedal all day long, and then we didn't take a lot. We took a micro dose of psychedelics, so it's like it was like beer plus
It's
basically.
fun. It was funny. Because I remember like what I was wearing, like what I thought
Oh yeah, it
needed
was
to wear.
baloney.
Was so crazy. Like I thought I was Batman or something.
And we don't have that as episode. We weren't filming then, really.
Ah, God.
We don't have that as an episode.
I was wearing jeans and like a weird belt pouch.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had the Batman pouch because you thought it would be useful.
And I thought I was like Batman, MacGyver. And it was like, no, all that shit fails. You need
Nothing.
You need nothing on your body.
You want the least. You want like a
And you want it to
wind
be sleek.
stopper. Yeah,
Yeah.
a tight windbreaker. That's basically what you want.
Yeah, you're not fucking the kid from the Goonies with all this fucking shit
You're just
rattling on your
flapping.
bike.
Yeah.
You got to cut it down. And we fucking narrowed it down pretty good. Because
Dude.
eventually it was just sleeping bag, sleeping pad, hammock.
Oh my gosh. Whoa. We have a fruitful visitor.
Oh, wow.
Let's look at this. Well, we should talk about that too, probably. Yeah. This is over here. For our people with the volume way up, you can hear a faint chirp. You hear that? Everyone, shh. So,
Birds.
we're attempting to feed. The camera's right there. You want to say hello to everybody? That one. Would you like to say hi? Come in. No, come here. Come in here.
There.
Or come into this here.
I brought you guys snacks.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Thank you.
So is this like the final podcast for Everything We Met? Is this like the finale?
Never say never, Rebecca.
Okay.
Hold on, just hold this when you're talking.
Is it the season finale, but not the series
Season
finale?
finale, yeah.
Okay. So I felt like there should be snacks at the season finale.
It might be like.
I felt like there should be snacks at the season finale.
Thank you.
So I
Appreciate
have
that.
a Trader Joe's spread for you.
Awesome.
Cara oranges, because
I
we're
love-
fancy.
Yeah.
Hummus and a less caloric spinach dip, which is actually
Okay.
a kale yogurt dip. I think is delicious.
I like it.
Crackers for the crackers, but also, you like that?
Because we're whitos.
There's also some paleo or keto options.
That's what that is?
I'm kind of into that.
So
That's cool.
you can dip some
Zero
peppers,
carbs.
or hey, endive,
Okay.
wow.
shaped already in a nice little
Huh.
in a nice little
Perfect.
scoop. Look at that. See?
It's beautiful. I almost don't want to eat it. So like
You've made it
perfectly
so beautiful.
arranged.
That's what I do.
You should work at like a
Well,
vegan
you are beautiful, so.
restaurant.
Never say never.
It's like when Cheers ended and then Frasier started.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of so it's
Oh.
there is a season break,
I like that reference.
but it's also
We're about to start
maybe the characters become different, but it's just sort of similar.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to come back. You know, like when what's his name
Well,
visits Frasier. You know,
Sam,
am
Sam
I
Malone.
Frasier? Oh
No,
my
Sam
no, I'm
Malone.
Frasier in this.
god. Okay.
What about August? What about your brother's birthday party?
It's in July,
July.
and we'll live stream that. And Burning Man
That
is in
would be
August,
fun.
bro.
Never heard of it.
That would be something if you and your van made it to Burning Man.
Oh my gosh,
That would
that would be crazy.
If
That
you
would
drove
be-
back,
That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
no, I don't think he would choose. I think he'd fly in and ride with me to the desert. That's what I think would happen.
But yeah, can you imagine just like putting that thing to the limits?
The thing is, if you do a few more repairs, it might outlive you. I mean, you don't know.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Let's talk about the chirping. I'd like, Rebecca, for you to kind of chime in on what's in this tin over here.
Oh, have you guys not touched on the death yet?
I haven't addressed it.
Oh, you haven't talked about the death at all. Okay. Death is a regular occurrence here at Clark Manor.
We kill hella
Metal
shit.
Witch,
No,
Metal Witch Manor.
I wouldn't say that. I would say we are meat eaters, as I'm sure you've discussed on this show,
Oh yeah.
and have taken on what it's like to eat meat that we raised ourselves. It's been
Yeah.
interesting. It's been
What-
really interesting.
Is that good? Interesting's a very nebulous adjective.
It's been good.
Good.
It's good feels like it doesn't do the experience justice. Like it's too simple an adjective. It's been complex.
But it's not just good.
It's been complex and rewarding. It's important to me to like have a sense of reverence when I talk about
Mm.
our meat rabbit
Yeah.
endeavors, because it's no light thing to take a life, for sure.
Right. There's a certain commitment involved.
Yeah. Yeah, especially animals that you've cared for weeks and weeks and have watched go from weird, squiggly little red things to really adorable little baby bunnies. Like, super cute.
Is that a obstacle?
For me, it's kind of
Naming them and this is
ones that we kill.
No.
right. So that's the psychological.
So out to name the food.
But for me, when we started, because there's so many of them, and trying to keep track
Right,
of all of
okay.
them would be, it wouldn't make sense.
Right.
But when we started the project, I didn't want to do little things to de-anthropomorphize, or not that I was anthropomorphizing them. I didn't want to do little tricks for
Okay,
myself to like spare myself the emotional experience.
Good.
You wanted to feel the full feelings of
Yeah,
yeah.
Right.
like if we had goats and they had a boy goat, we would probably name it, even if it was destined to be on our table at some
It'd be
point.
hard because we would need to raise it to a certain age. If we had goats and they had a baby and it was a boy, it would be food. A girl goat we would raise and milk and
Right.
breed, but are disposable. On a farm, abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, the Earth is a big farm.
Well, okay, fair enough. So if we had a goat, we would probably name it just because it would be inevitable not to. Like, we got this rooster.
Right.
I was planning on putting it in the pot or feeding to the other chickens, and she was like, "No, don't do that because then they'll get the taste for chicken blood. We don't want that in our flock." But now Rocky,
Interesting.
the rooster, is now sleeping with the girls up on the perch.
He's a survivor.
He's made it work.
So the other place that death happens in our home, which relates to
Brings
this,
us to this,
is that we have a carnivorous pet.
only eat if she were. There's no way it would work.
And it's not just carnivorous, like, let's go get some freeze-dried food from the store. It's got to be alive when it goes in.
Does that need a live prey?
Yeah.
I've spoiled her. I've never fed her frozen anything, which people say it makes it harder in the long term. But I just was like, if she ever escaped, I'd want her to be able to hunt.
Right.
If I ever couldn't take care of her,
You want to find...
I got out, I want her to be able to kill something and keep going.
So you want to be like fixing the heater, and then something uncoils like from the darkness. Oh,
She actually got out once.
In the couch. She was stuck in a couch for like 2 weeks.
God
We
damn.
tore the couch apart and snapped it open, and then we got her out and put her back in the goddamn cage. That's what happened. But now, if she's out of the cage, she reaches for her cage. Except for when she's on me, she likes to be on me. Other people, not as much.
So typically we put the contribution in. We say a little thank you to whatever animal is going in, whether it be a bird or a
So
rodent.
Leviathan's pretty indiscriminate about the...
Well, up
Has it-
until now. So she
Does-
hasn't
do you- what
eaten
about
since
What about the lupus chicks?
the lupus chicks.
The rabbit? You don't feed a rabbit?
We do.
Oh, we
We do?
totally fed a
Oh, okay.
rabbit.
Okay.
Oh, she fucked those rabbits up for
Oh,
sure.
okay. Okay.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we
Lupus, because that's the Latin name for rabbit.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
I would have assumed it was wolf. I don't know why.
The Latin name for rabbit is wolf.
No.
Lupus.
When I heard lupus,
Circus lupus.
my mind went
Lupus
to
is a disease.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Jamie,
will you check that?
but we have
Something
have
died
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So she hasn't eaten since before I gave birth.
yeah, November.
Maybe even before that. Because the last thing we
This
fed her was
particular
one of our
one?
rabbits.
Snake.
Our snake.
Oh.
She hasn't eaten in a long time. We tried to feed her a rooster that was like a teenager sized bird. She was not interested. Completely not interested. We were like, okay. And then recently I was like, she's got to be, like, this has to be inhumane. We have to feed her. We have to feed her something. I went to the store, and apparently Berkeley has some new law
Check this out.
where you can't sell
The
live
vivarium?
rabbits. Yeah, they can only be dead.
You can't sell live rabbits at the vivarium anymore.
I don't know what that's about.
Really?
Yeah. It's some pet law.
Been doing that for a while.
I don't know. So I got 3 baby chicks.
Time to move out of California.
We put them in last night.
Yeah.
We didn't include water because the assumption was they'd be gone.
Drink the water that's in there for the snake.
No, the assumption was she'd eat them pretty quickly because she hasn't eaten in like 3 months, maybe longer. Didn't do that. And
Snakes
then,
are just one big colon.
yeah, I don't know.
That's all a snake is.
She is not interested
Just
at all.
Processing.
And then I was
Processing.
noticing today that out of the 3, one of them was looking pretty unfortunate. Like he was on his last leg. He was crumpled over. And baby chicks like to huddle together closely as possible, so they were basically standing on top of him.
There we are.
Which is why I brought him in so he could have some brotherhood, solidarity, and peace and quiet as he worked out whatever was going to happen for him.
We were going to put the water droplets on him, and like he was going to get okay, but
Did he die right when I left?
like 3 minutes after we were in here getting ready to go,
You could tell he
and
was dying with the
We
agonal
gotta-
breathing where you're gasping.
Yeah. Oh, don't. What?
Put it on the crackers.
No! What are you doing? It's right next to the food.
It's pretty dark, but I appreciate
I
that.
showed 1 second of an image of the dead chick. That's okay. We're okay. How do you feel
That
about
was our moment of silence
killing a
right
bunch
there.
of animals here all the time?
Well, with Leviathan, it's just a part of life. That's what she would be doing out in the wild, and she deserves to live too. If we didn't feed her, she would die, and that would be sad. So yeah, it's interesting watching her eat prey. Like, it's a mix of emotions of like, ooh, this is dark, and like, oh, this is totally normal.
It's kind of like you're manually feeding the food chain. You know, instead of witnessing it in nature, oh, the snake takes the thing, and that seems cruel.
It's like
You're actually putting it in at the bottom of the food, the energy pyramid.
it's really, I'm going to get kind of meta here. It really is like all of life, where it's at once incredibly mundane
Yeah,
and like this mystical, sacred thing
beautiful,
that's happening.
tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but day to day, it seems banal, and then
because it's just like, and in regards to the chick, so I'm like looking at him, he's clearly struggling, and my instinct is to like nurse the baby bird back to life. But it's also like people get chicks shipped to their house all the time. They'll get it shipped like 50 chicks, and they'll arrive
live.
Yeah, live, and like a third of them will be dead. It's maybe a fourth.
Damn.
You lose 12%, that's average.
Yeah,
Right.
I think, yeah.
So that's like a really common thing that happens.
I think in the future, I don't know how far away it is, but I think in the future people will look back on factory farming and that kind of stuff, and they'll be like, "Wow, it's so crazy that actually happened." You know.
Well, it's interesting.
because now we can just print. We can just print the meat for the
Right.
thing or whatever.
My mom was just, I mean, this isn't the first time I've heard of it, but my mom was just talking to me earlier today about scientifically created meat
Right.
and how apparently the cattle industry is trying to say you can't call that meat.
They don't want that. They're pissed.
But like,
It's their survival.
yeah, but I can totally see a future where the McDonald's of the world have printed meat, but
They'll
the
be both.
steakhouses still
Right.
have the grass-fed, like,
yeah.
best life ever.
It's not that one's going to totally
Right.
push the other out. It's going to be people want different options.
Right.
Some people want chicken wings. They don't care if it's actually chicken. They just want the flavor of the texture of it and the
Right.
flavor. And then they're going to be like, just like people are vegan or only eat organic, people are going to be pure about the meat they eat.
Right. Exactly.
And so I'm all for more options in that respect. Because factory farming is like fucking
Evil.
It's like a hellish
Yeah.
hellish vision. It's like a vision out of hell.
It's not good for anybody. It's not good for us. It's not good for them.
Especially when you see like the chicks, the chicken chicks, just being shoveled into this like paper shredder, basically.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
Oh.
what's happening? and it's just, a constant stream of them.
Yeah.
Because these are the male chicks. They're not, who gives a fuck? And also, cows and all that stuff. It's crazy. Factory farming, I think, we'll look back on it and be like, wow, our ancestors were such brutes.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
think in order for McDonald's to survive, it must switch over to grown meat in a lab. I think there will be steakhouses that have lab meat, and there'll be steakhouses that have actual animal meat, and they'll be considered monsters and gross, backdated,
For a while.
horrendous, and I might go there.
Right.
No, I don't think they're going to be considered back. I think it's going to be like elite.
They'll be
like,
pushed back.
oh, it's the real deal.
In our community, but other communities, they'll be like, you guys are disgusting.
I think there'll be pushback.
Though,
I
yeah,
feel
that's what
like
I mean.
people will be. I don't know, because you look at vegan chicken nuggets that already exists, there really wasn't a pushback. It was just like people accepted that because it was something that people wanted.
Vegan chicken nuggets?
Yeah. So if it's printed meat, it's sort of like, is there really even going to be a controversy?
No. That's where there isn't one.
Yeah.
But if we were to let our rabbits go, just be free, they would die of starvation or be eaten. So, like, really quickly.
I do, you know, after a year of raising our own animals for meat and kind of looking at the farm model of animal husbandry and that whole thing, my best case scenario is to hunt.
Yeah. We both want to get into hunting.
I would like to hunt.
It seems more
Humane.
humane. It seems more emotionally rewarding too. Like, oh, I spent all these calories hiding and stalking and running and practicing, blah 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 blah. I spent all this energy to, to get my prey.
It feels like
That feels a little more like,
in regards to like respect for the animal
Karmically-
and respect for the life that I'm taking,
yeah.
doing so from an animal that got to exist the way it was supposed to exist feels
Elk.
the most honoring.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
You're not
am
just
very much a California woman,
yeah.
born and raised. I live in the East Bay. I am
That's right.
a feminist, like
You
all
are
of
very
the,
East Bay.
and I am looking forward to owning a gun and shooting
Yes!
a boar.
I married the right one.
My work here is done. Time to move back.
I love her.
Yeah, let's hunt some boar. I want to. I
boar,
want to do
okay.
that.
With
Yeah,
the gun.
yeah.
We'll start with guns.
Yeah.
It's too hard with bow. We'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
bows later.
Yeah, yeah,
guns
yeah.
first.
Boar.
Yeah.
Boar.
Apparently, they're
boar first?
fucking gnarly.
Aren't
Like,
they super aggressive?
Yes.
It's pig, just pig.
like,
Well,
don't you have to have two kinds of guns? So if you miss with the first, you can definitely.
Basically, we're going to carry around something like a 30-06, or maybe we're going to carry around like something that might be too much. We might do like a 30-30. But we're going to have, I'm carrying my grandfather's 44 Magnum revolver. When we go hunting, I'll be able to kill a bear with 2 bullets. And it will be the loudest thing you've ever heard in your life. But I'm going to have it on me so we don't
That's
die.
Cool. Well,
Your grandpa, he had a 44
I feel like we're a long way off from hunting somewhere where there are bear,
Whole thing's
but
chrome.
God damn.
Go ahead.
yeah, I feel like
Awesome.
we're a ways off from hunting somewhere where there's
If
bear.
anything gets near you, I'm going to kill it.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
You don't hunt bear. Bears hunts you, and you defend yourself.
And you die.
Well, let's start with some turkey.
Yeah, turkey and pigs.
Turkey and
pheasant, pigs.
Well,
I'm down for the whole elk thing. Let's
I'm
go
interested.
up to
Live
Oregon with
stream-
your parents and
Live
go.
stream it.
You know, they like do that all the time up there, right? It's like a thing.
well, I bet if we asked my mom to find out where the
Out there with,
hunting
like,
was,
regular
she
white
would
people.
find out where it was and set us up with how to do it.
Yeah.
For sure. Well,
That's fun.
amazing.
That's
Well,
exciting.
Enjoy spread here
I'm
with
Thank you.
delighted. We've been-
endive.
I've already been snacking and crackling. Rebecca Clarionsworth Clark, if you came on the show a lot, everyone would love it. Just, can we get for Rebecca?
And
Maybe that's the future of the podcast right there.
to the podcast for Empathy season finale.
Something like
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, something like that. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. You did it.
We did it. We built this from the ground up,
You did.
such as it is.
Binge watch these episodes like 30 years from now,
I hope so.
and it'll be a treat. It'll be a treat for all of us.
Especially episode 2 with Tom.
Oh
Where
god.
he embarrasses himself.
Oh god.
He's asked to come back to redeem himself, but I don't. It's too late.
Oh, Tom.
It's too late. Oh my
Happened in that episode.
God. That's how Tom is. You know.
God bless him.
God bless him.
He's a good
But
soul.
if the podcast continues with me interviewing people, and maybe you're sometimes here, or I don't
listen to
have a
that,
plan, but it's not going to stop. It's not stopping. So maybe Tom does have a chance.
You guys need more beer?
There you go.
Yeah, in the freezer. Thank you. You can hand it to us from the freezer if you want it.
Thank you.
I love my wife. Holy cow! I bet every guy who's watching now is like, "Damn, that's his wife," and I'm going like,
Thank you so much.
"Yep," and she.
Wow, that's some like some noises.
Yeah, we got it. Well, I had to put the mic back in.
So it's one of the reasons that movie. Just kidding.
I'm just gonna get the dead animal over here.
That lighter.
Yeah. Do you have
best-
a? Is there?
that's the best
You
one.
get one? Oh, thanks.
I don't know what happened to that opener we used to have. It's probably in that fucking Stein thing. There you go.
Do you have? Is there a cerveza para moi, or is it?
Oh, it's right behind you.
Oh, I couldn't see it. There it is. Oh, it's time. Oh man! Wow.
See,
How
behind the
about
other-
a little visit from my lovely wife? She's you can find her on Instagram at Orangey Clock. Oh yeah, here I'll get you. There you go.
Like that.
Oh, there it is.
That fine.
Photo. That's for. There for a second.
Yeah.
I'll zoom in.
Let me know what we.
You're fine. Right there. That is a 1969 mahogany motor yacht that I owned in the Berkeley Marina and lived on. It's partially, we were painting it black because we're fucking psychos.
Was it just heavy as fuck?
It was mahogany. Imagine a mahogany hull 60 feet long, 18 feet wide at the widest. Now imagine, oh, here it is. Yeah, that's, dude, where'd you get these? These are, yeah, up. Bring it up a little higher. Yeah, now to my left. Yeah, there we go. So there was the one wooden door we didn't paint because it was wooden, and then you look at here, there's a little bit of a stained glass that was on both sides, and then there was the fourth deck up top where we had the like garden and stuff. So we probably half years, and it was fucking amazing, and I regret it and miss it, and it's just a perfect little, yeah. So this was the dinette. Made it to our backyard. Literally, see these brown chairs? These are not factory. What was in was his benches, and they were so uncomfortable to sit in. We had to remove them. There's the living room here. So we got the coffee table that we had until a while ago, the two couches. It was just, we were in a bubble, basically, just windows everywhere. This is looking out to the front. This is kind of the main dashboard of the Corvette part where you're driving from the inside. You know, this is the port. And there's full walk around, except to back patio. It was a full width stateroom, so you couldn't do that. Wasn't full walk around.
Oh, one more.
You got another one? Oh, so yeah, this is mid painting. This is looking at the outside. See these giant big windows? I've replaced these big windows, and they still leaked. Yeah, even after I paid all the money for them, it's fine. Aubrey, thanks for bringing that up. It's a fun little. It's like a little past flash. A little past flash time.
Those photos are so grainy, and you must have.
I had like an iPhone 4,
or something.
you know, so it was just barely, you know, might have been a 3. You got another one here?
Do you have some words about that?
Oh, here we go. So yeah, this is the first year Rebecca went to Burning Man, and we built this sign because we had some trash, and we knew that we wanted to contribute something emotionally, and we had the language of Cafe Gratitude, so we.
It says "want to get clear."
It says "want to get clear" for the listeners, yeah, so they can hear us. I'm turning down the gain. We got a little bit of clippage going on here. I'm just bringing it down. Here we go. Here we go. It's good. We're good. We're getting better.
Good.
Yeah.
Want to get clear?
Yeah, I want to get clear, and it's basically like because we were offering a clearing, as we previously mentioned about the check-in for the show, sort of. So, Aubrey, can we just demonstrate a clearing real quick?
Sure.
Okay, Aubrey, what isn't working in your life?
Isn't working.
What isn't working in your life?
Yes. My commitment to exercising.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you saying is that the thing that isn't working in your life is your commitment to exercising. How does that make you feel? How do you feel about that?
It makes me feel afraid of death,
Anything else there?
and makes me feel excited to like plan what that might look like.
Okay, so here you feel afraid of death and you feel excited about what you might plan to work towards. Is that right? Anything else there?
That's right. That's it.
Now, are you ready to shift your attention?
Sure.
What are you most proud of from the last 5 years? What's that?
Huh. Last 5.
Just the last 5.
My new mindset.
Go on.
More positive, optimistic, rational, optimistic mindset.
Aubrey, I would like to acknowledge you for you improving the way you think about your life in this world. Thank you for taking the time to make your experience better for yourself and the others around you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks for sharing. So that was the
that's the clearing.
that's the
So that was it.
That was it.
That's the thing, and so it ends. And so we were gifting this at Burning Man. So the picture he just brought up, which is one to get clear. Unfortunately, I didn't actually realize this at the time. This is the term Scientology uses.
right.
They talk about going clear.
Going clear, right?
Yeah, so going clears with the e-meters and all that. I didn't know
Different.
that. So people were turned off. But
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
other people who didn't know that weren't turned off.
right.
Because they didn't know it either. Because I didn't know
have
it.
any
Made it.
preconceptions about it.
So they're like, clear, huh? And then I taught the method to people, and they were like, it changed my life. Oh my God. And I was like, totally, man. Just try it out.
Yeah.
Try it out. Wow,
I'm glad it worked
little past blaster. Okay, are you ready?
What about this one?
Oh my God, he's got more, and he's not ready. He's bringing it out. What is this here? Look at that. Oh, who's this frowning guy? He's got that hat's missing. Actually,
I don't think you were sad. I think you were just like
just contemplative.
sitting there. Yeah.
So this is from that's also from the first China Camp trip, of which we've done 3. Has it been thrice to China Camp?
I think so.
Twice to Sammy P, thrice to China. I think we know our favorites.
We did Chabot like 3 times too. Maybe twice.
Might have been, I think it's 3 actually. Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. What do you got?
Well, you're on topic.
About the
Look at this right here. Audience. Aubrey, I need you to look at this screen. I need you to pick one. Now, I thought at first it would be like, oh, which one has the most views? But then I was like, no, which one has the least views?
Yeah, which one has the least views?
And I'm like, let's basically watch one and comment and reminisce. That's
Right.
my thought. And they're only 15, 12 minutes,
Let's do it.
That time. So I kind of want you to pick though, because you're the captain in the chair, and these are basically all of them.
Which one has the least views?
Well, let's see. We got 29. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. We're gonna go ahead and we can pull this up. Everyone can see.
29,
That's awesome.
47,
So,
31,
29, 31, 39,
22.
48. 22 is the new 52. 111, 40.
Okay, 22. What's this
22.
one?
Season. Okay, this is season 2, episode 6. Has the least views.
Maybe it's because it wasn't. It's named differently than the other ones. Let's give it a pull up.
Okay, let's do it. We're gonna do it
It's
now.
long, 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, not even. In the teens. And now the viewers are seeing it full screen.
Bike Order Warriors!
It's our job to comment. You get to comment. And then I have a thing after this, too. But oh, I miss it and love it. Aubrey, don't move away.
My name is Drew Clark,
My name is Aubrey Cloutier.
and this is the show where we go camping on our bicycles.
Fuck
And
microphones.
This week on the
If you need to pause it. Oh, whoops.
Philosophy of Bikes.
A windy
How-
Richmond day.
Don't feel afraid to pause it to make stories or comments.
Okay, a windy Richmond day here.
Notice the total lack of microphones, and look at the frown on this
oh,
guy's
yeah,
mouth.
I was like pissed off.
You were
that day
pissed
or
off,
something.
but you came to work
Briones
anyway.
Trip go, and where we go
I forget
next.
what it was I was mad about.
Plus
Girls,
music.
Briones Weekend.
look at it.
Aubrey here. I'm in
Oh.
Berkeley. About to head to Drew's place in Richmond. Today we're going to go to Briones Regional Park, and it'll be our second time there.
I don't know why it's so loud.
Just about to go on the Santos Creek Trail. And
Solution
Aubrey
opportunity. Google is sometimes
went on
incorrect.
ahead up this road here, where you can see.
I'll turn it down over here.
And I'm wondering,
Oh, okay.
Not
he's
good.
going to
Yeah.
turn around. So we
Yeah.
took off from
Oh, yeah,
here,
that's-
You went past me.
That's past you.
kind of east, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went up kind of along
Yep.
the bay, sort of, and then wrapped around Tilden Park. And
Angry.
then headed up some hills.
But you showed up, man. You showed
I
up
showed up.
anyway. You fucking
Yeah,
showed up.
We went over Alhambra. I always have a hard time saying that. Alhambra Valley Road.
Got my sweet hog behind us.
It was steep.
A lot of silver trucks.
Yeah, there's some silver trucks.
Silver truck territory.
It's interesting. Saw a couple of white trucks, but they were outnumbered by silver trucks.
The beauty also was when we went into the park, basically no one saw us enter the park. And because there was a fire warning hazard, you couldn't have fires at the campsites.
If you were a bitch.
I would never think of doing. But it was vacant. It was a Saturday night, and the whole park was essentially vacant. No one saw us go in. No one was at the site
It was
that we
smooth.
wanted. It was smooth, in and out. Nobody got hurt. And actually, there were no the last time we were there were a bunch of raccoons. This time, none. So I'm wondering if they're
Briones, yeah.
doing some kind of raccoon
Ah, Miss
genocide
Briones
out there.
now.
I guess we did
Yeah,
that
there was
3
zero
times. didn't we?
raccoons.
Yeah.
It went from like a dozen
Semi
to
or China,
none.
Yeah, they were a nuisance last time. This time,
Briones, and
not
Chabot
hide
we've done
nor
3
hair.
times.
What was the nuisance?
The
This
new
time?
nuisance, remember?
What was the bug? What happened? What was the struggle? It's like, it was like rats. Rats.
Oh, there was a there was
Yeah,
there was a
bunch of-
resident rat.
yeah.
There was one resident
At least,
rat.
right?
At least. He was kind of scurrying back and forth, but didn't really give us too much of a problem.
Fucking
It
cinder
was just
blocks.
noise. Like we'd be sitting by the.
My garden is
not
so. I
crackling
got the
fire,
kale
you hear,
and
like,
lemon
a crunch
verbena,
of
and
leaves.
everything's just exploding with green. Out of some clay in Richmond.
Scurry away, and that was really it. Bike's doing great. Check out that beauty.
Dude, perfect foreshadowing. Perfect. I smash it.
Last trip we
Inferno.
featured 6
And that turned out to be maybe it was like 2 beers too much.
Yeah, both got the same
Lagunitas,
thing. Yeah.
Lagunitas IPA Maximus.
Yes, we both got a 6-pack of Maximus. Both going into the store independently, not knowing what the other one got. Both got
Both
the
got
same
Maximus.
Maximus 6-pack. And
We're
didn't drink
badasses.
it all. We
Surprising.
carried it all up there.
This is what you're drinking tonight.
Beer at the end of the journey.
It's Maximus. No trading tonight.
Serious, but
I
sometimes
love that we have
necessary
this
thing.
footage.
Yeah,
Today we
I
have
was so
Lagunitas Maximus
tired, like
IPA Maximus Ale.
thrilled,
Drew,
tired.
first impressions.
Are we both thinner? No,
It's
I'm
warmer,
heavier
like-
here, and you're thinner.
But it's because we've been carrying.
I'm
this for
thinner now, and
15
you're
miles
heavier.
Or so.
Is that right?
But it's sweet.
Yeah, that's
nice multi balance. It's hoppy. It's 8.2%. I'm very happy. This week's beer is.
And then we
Bear
just
Republic's
jump into you
Racer
don't have a
5
beer.
IPA again.
What the hell kind of show is this? And I love Racer 5.
So,
And you're wearing the
like
blazer.
what
I'm
Warriors.
not. I'm lazy.
I was like, get the blazer on.
lazy,
You're like,
it's
fuck
crap.
you. I'm not in it. But at least you showed up, and that's why I love you, because you show up no matter what.
We like craft beer, but we're not huge fans of craft cheese.
This joke was weird.
Oh.
Kind of a weird joke.
Kind of a weird joke.
So,
So cheers.
But it made it to final.
Beer in Sunshine,
It did.
California.
civilization
America.
begins with distillation.
And you don't distill with beer, but
You
whatever.
know, there was a situation.
Solution
that
opportunity.
happened
Pretend roads.
actually on
for the
way
listeners.
where I thought I was using a googly sanctioned road to enter, like, basically one of the directest ways to get into Briones on a trail.
And you see
And
the
Google calls it a
kale.
road,
Yeah.
so it's not a road.
So I've got.
Oh yeah, that's right.
damage
The fucking
points to
I
report.
used to be good at this.
Aubrey and I thought we were taking a googly sanctioned road to Briones.
Look at my clip-ons.
Turns out
Fucking
it's not
wow.
A road. It's private property, and there's this gate that didn't have any signs like private property or anything, so we had no idea. And I was starting to lift the bike over the fence when the guy pushed the button who rolled up and smushed the bike.
Should have filmed that
against
whole
the
thing.
fence. And what we have here
Look at that. Son
is
of a
what
bitch.
used to be here on the bike. It's
I was
just
lucky though. The
pushed
brake
off
still even worked. I just squeezed the shifter.
by the gate. So cool.
It still
What happens
worked.
is you go through
Tim
bunch
actually
of
rebuilt it
piece
for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
horse places. Like, we're going along this very.
We could have
pothole,
filmed that. I
rocky
remember
road.
seeing like all the girls
I know.
bouncing on
Like,
horses and
bunch of
stuff.
stables.
Remember that? They're like,
There's like stable
And
alley.
the guy driving
Yeah,
up.
stable alleys only.
he's like,
stable.
"Fuck you! I'm the
Stable,
dirtiest, tiredest guy
yeah.
in the
Horse
world."
rink, horse trainer.
On both sides of
Uh-huh.
the road.
Just this horse road.
No, you can't.
And it was really cool to see all the horses. You get to the end of the road,
No problem.
there's a gate, and
It says make sure to close the gate or
No.
don't let the goats out.
No
No
emotions.
affliction.
yeah, no
Nothing.
signs that it was private property or no
No.
trespassing.
Maybe he was like, deep
So
CIA.
yeah, so we were like going.
He was too
okay,
dirty for that.
Well, let's try a code. And so the tech guy was like, "What'd you try?"
1, 2, 3, 4, which didn't work. I tried 4, 3, 2, 1, didn't work either. We know the code was 4 digits long, but
It's almost never. I can tell you as a
Guess
pool
the
man,
code.
the code is
So we tried
never
hopping the
8s,
fence,
7s,
hauling
6s,
our
and
bikes
it's barely
over- hauling our
5s.
bikes over the fence.
Honestly, most codes are 0, 1, 2, 3,
And,
4.
right as we
In some
started to
order.
do that,
Most
someone
codes.
came
I can
down the
tell you,
road,
nobody uses
and the gate
6,
opened,
7, or 8.
and Drew was kind of
Hmm.
pinned on the other side.
So if you're a thief,
and that's
remember
why the
that.
bike got messed up because it was caught in the fence, and he had to pull it out before the gate.
I can't believe I
Yeah,
just
it was
smashed it
crushing. I
back into
watched-
position
I
and
was
then
watching
rode it
it
another
crush my
30
bicycle,
miles.
And I pulled, and it was stuck. And I yanked, and I could grab it out. And it was like the handlebars had been bent.
So stupid. I,
remember-
can't fucking believe I
remember
put my
seeing the
bike
gate
there.
go boom.
And I was like, no, I couldn't.
Popped up.
So we had to backtrack. And
Couldn't. Why did I put my bike there, Aubrey?
I almost think.
Why
You-
did I
you,
put
you
it
were
there?
anticipating
If
that
he
we were
hadn't come,
we would
or if we had
you were
waited another
anticipating that we
moment.
would be over the fence.
I was like,
you were like, okay, it's obvious that we're gonna get over whatever this fence is.
Uh-huh.
Put my bike over there.
Mhm.
All right, now let's solve the fence thing. And then we couldn't solve the fence thing, and
It's
then
too
the,
stupid.
and then the thing came down the road.
I have to pee again.
Your bike's right here. And Drew yanked his bike out of like barbed wire fencing, maximum velocity, and broke some pots on his bike. I'd like to thank Final Corp and all Final Corp's subsidiaries for endorsing us in this brave new time. We will endeavor to bring you fine, special, new, sexy, weird comedy content. And we will be sure to let you know when it does happen.
All right.
And
Yes.
so please join us now
Thank you.
in a reverent hand-holding, reverential head nod and hat tip to Final Corp, the eternal sponsor of all things
Final Corp.
Final Corp. Thank you.
He might have just let us pass through. I almost think that
Yeah, who
I
knows
was
where we
I
would've
was
ended up.
hasty. I think there's a thing for me to learn there, because if I would have waited
There you go.
3 more minutes,
Some wisdom
we could've
downloads.
just asked him if we could have rode through, but instead I got my bike broken. He was like, "Why is your shit over my fence?"
Yeah. He wasn't really unhappy.
Kind of messed that up. This is a solution opportunity.
He wasn't
for sure.
unhappy.
Wait,
Yeah.
solution opportunity. Waiting.
He wasn't unhappy. He just seemed really tired. Really.
He looked dirty.
Yeah,
He looked
he had
really
been,
dirty.
He had been working really
It's like I'm
hard.
shoveling lava out of a
Other than
volcano
your-
all day.
It's important to have backups. Sometimes if your GPS goes out,
See, a little
you
editing
wanna have
flash
a
there.
real,
good.
honest to goodness map.
I was just born with that,
This
man.
is Aubrey, and I'm here
do-
to
it's
report
really good,
on an
man.
obstacle.
This is when
It's
Aubrey's
Aubrey's
obstacles started.
You
This
could-
is the first Aubrey's obstacle.
You could do
It's
like
we got a collapsed.
Editing for a show.
freelance editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it on? Maybe it's on Craigslist. People just hand me bulk footage and I just make it cool.
Exactly. That could just be a
It's quite
service that
something.
you offer. This doesn't look as good at the video. You know, it's like hard to see how brutal that was.
It's a little bit hard to see, but yeah, you hear me grunting.
Selfie and everything.
You see me for a second. Yeah, there. I'm
That's
like
how it
holding
goes.
it. My clip-ons.
This is Aubrey's obstacles.
This was the.
Well,
it was like that on
philosophy
the
for me,
output.
it's human powered,
Hmm.
human agency.
Bike philosophy. What is
And
yours?
autonomous-
That's what
stress
this
on autonomy.
segment is.
Camaraderie and integrity.
It's like mountain surfing, you know, like
Mhm.
bicycle camping is.
This is
it's
the
a lot
least
like you're
viewed
surfing the
episode?
mountain.
What?
It's like when you're paddling out, is you're pedaling up the hill, and you're on the concrete, and you're paddling out, and you're waiting for that wave, and then that wave comes, and then you can get up and paddle, and then all of a sudden you're surfing down that mountain. You go for sometimes miles.
Ooh.
God, I love my editing. Is that?
That was pretty
How'd you
funny.
get such a wet hat?
There you are.
One day I'm gonna edit for Hollywood. Not.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let's take a look around.
It's good editing. Editing and sound is what makes a movie. You can have shitty video you
If
have
we
good
had
editing and good
microphones
sound.
at all on these trips, dude. It was iPhone mic all the way, baby. Lapels.
Yeah.
Basically, GoPros constantly mounted on our faces and what we're looking at, and lapel mics is the minimum
2 GoPros, one in each eye.
And some stands in the back.
instead of seeing.
Obviously fallen into disrepair
Oh, that's right.
here. It's kind of neglected.
Yeah.
Which means
we
maybe
play
it's
the
the
game?
off season.
We did play the game.
Everything seems shut down here.
Dude, this episode might be one of the best.
We decided to take a hike.
Decided to get out of town and then take a hike.
We're the hike order warriors.
Why are we doing this? We're so tired from riding there.
We went up to the top.
And it was illegal, the whole thing. Didn't pay a fucking penny. Oh, yeah. We got lizards. And then
Oh yeah.
that's a super common lizard in California. And then here's another one right there. You see him. And then he scampers off. Yeah.
Basically, going there was going uphill,
I've
Yeah,
had
it's
big
not coming
lizards.
back with-
I've had the biggest
going
lizard you can
downhill.
have as a pet.
which is kind of
When I was in San Jose, I had a water monitor. That means before the tail, it was a 3-foot lizard. No. It was a 2.5-foot lizard.
In what? What did you?
I had on my dresser, I had this big terrarium that she could, move in, turn around, big enough.
Huh.
But mostly we would put her down on the kitchen floor. And then we would move the table out of the corner, and then we'd take a jumbo rat from the feed store, and I would skid it across the floor into
That
the
would just-
corner. No, I would skid it across the floor into the corner. And it would be like, hey, I'm a rat in the corner. I just got skid 10 feet, so like I'm a little disoriented. And then she would just a little. She would catch it. Oh my fucking god. She'd run over like a fucking monster. And then she would grab it like a dog grabs a toy, and she shook it. She shook the fucking jumbo rat to death, chomped it, and basically swallowed it whole. Basically,
Just like,
and this was my pet.
dude, fuck having cats.
Yeah,
Take care
fuck
of rodents.
cats.
Have
Get a water monitor,
It's like,
dude. And you
Vacuum.
feed her once a
Rodent-
week too.
rodent vacuum.
It's low maintenance.
rodent vacuum.
Rodent vacuum, low maintenance. The other cool thing I did with Mrs. Dinosaur, it was a lady.
It's an unfortunate name,
And-
but okay.
But no, unfortunate. Mrs. Dinosaur was very accurate. She was basically a dinosaur. So we'd fill the tub halfway up with, lukewarm water. And I would buy feeder fish from the local shop. We're talking 10 cents a fish, man. This shit was cheap. I put the bag in the tub. It would acclimate over an hour. I would remove the bag from the situation, and then I'd have a tub with like 7 or 8 fish swimming around in it. And then I would take my monster. I would take my Godzilla monster, and I would just hang it over into the edge of the tub, and she would just slide in like a little devil. And then she realized, there's fish in this tub.
Oh, she couldn't perceive them from.
Well, no, not from above. Not quickly, but it took her a second. She doesn't have our eyes, Yeah, that's
Fish
it.
in a barrel. Fish in a tub.
Oh, she realized what was happening, and the fish would try to get away. The fish were swimming
Fish
like,
sensed
this
it,
is my life.
The fish sensed it as well. Yeah.
And Godzilla basically was like, guess what, bitch? You fucking lose. And she ate every one of those motherfuckers. And then I would
damn,
I would
dude.
take her in a towel, I'd give her a little pat down and put her under the heat lamp, and she would rest. Like, what else life do you want?
Yeah.
Just a full belly of fish. You're patted off under a heat lamp.
That thing's got it good. That's like luxury. That's the
So
one.
I
That's
took-
the 1% of lizards.
I
have
took
that lifestyle.
really good care of this water monitor I should not have had.
That's the 1%
I was not trained to have
of
a water
lizard
monitor.
lifestyles.
Hooked up, dude. Super hooked up.
I mean, come on.
So, one time, I was drunk, and I was trying to feed her some turkey, and she accidentally drew a little bit of blood on me.
Did you just demolish her?
No. I immediately went, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. I forgave her, and later I rehomed her for a reasonable fee, including her tank.
Huh.
I didn't make
That
money
was
on the
it?
deal because of all the food I bought
But
for
that
her.
was it. That was it for you.
It was a couple months after that when it was like, I'm a flight attendant. I'm not here enough. And also, that's half. The other half is I'm laying in bed at night and
Okay, right.
you're laying in bed and she's like,
Right.
and you're like, shut the
Just the
fuck
annoyance. The
up.
annoyance of it.
I should have had a separate room. Like if I would have been paying for like a kid's room to keep her in,
Right. If you
that
could
would
give
have
your-
made a lot of
give your
sense.
separate zoo.
I had a pig.
Drew's zoo.
I had a snake. Dude, this house didn't allow pets. Like, I'm telling you, I'm a weird animal guy.
So
You
it's-
want me
it's
on your team.
It's on your dresser.
You want me on your team
And
for
all
weird
night-
animals.
And all night, it's like,
Just keep me awake, man. Keep me awake. All right. Let's see how it goes.
To be going downhill the second day.
Yeah, coming home, it's pretty cruising.
25.54 miles today. And we did that in 2 hours and 39 minutes and 38 seconds.
Matches your vocal
Aubrey
tone.
here, Bike Quarter Warriors. Hey. Top of the
Vocal
afternoon
tone.
to you. So here's an idea.
Weird vocal
You have like a sleeping pad. Right? Comes with a bag, right? You could leave the bag at home to technically save a little weight. But if you bring the bag with you, so you take out your sleeping pad, you let that inflate a little bit.
Here's some wisdom.
And, you know,
And
you
I'm
have
trying
a-
to
you
fuck
have
it
a
up. Look at
long
me.
sleeve shirt that you brought
Hey,
with you.
you ain't.
You
Oh,
fucking-
oh, shut up.
at
He's
least
got
have
something
four.
going.
And I'm sleeping in my
I
hand.
back off. I'm
your
such a
shirt
dum dum.
right
Look how dumb I am.
it's good. You're smart enough to
Here.
back off, though.
I tried to ruin your shot. Can you believe me?
There you go.
That's what makes it fun.
Little tip for you.
But then I kept it in, and then we.
It's good.
Do you remember this song?
I do.
This is not. This is after Vampire. We have an album, dude. We totally have an
We
album.
do.
Remember all that talk about
Oh,
how
I
you need
teased it.
nylon
That's
rope?
right.
And I was like, you
That's
just
right.
need it. Well,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm in the
Yeah,
previous
I gotta
episode. I'm
buy
like,
it.
you need nylon rope. You need
the
nylon
flame
rope.
shall
Blah blah
remain-
blah. That's me.
remain nameless. And
Rebecca lost my
if you'd like
rope.
to see, I'm showing
Rebecca.
You what I'm doing as an alternative. So the backup rope was what I'm using in this narrower, really visible rope. And what I'm doing is 3 continuous loops around this post, and then I'll go into here, and I'll make a knot. 3 rope segments will be sharing the load of my large family body.
Because it's pretty flexible rope.
It's flexible and not as strong as the old nylon rope.
A lot more give in this rope.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, that nylon rope was pretty old, so the give was all gaven, you know.
Look, wow, we show a little bit of nudity in these episodes.
So now we're transitioning.
Almost always some male nudity.
Right now I'm in my kind of spandexy bike shirt and bike shorts. And I'm not going to sleep in my bike shorts or this shirt. But I am gonna
It's
wear
weird to
both. So
star,
I usually bring a
direct,
pants
produce,
and
edit,
long sleeve shirt.
finalize,
Attach my water
name,
bottle off of my
color,
bike.
and post something all by yourself.
to
That's
do it.
weird, just so you know.
Have it right here. So that in the middle of the night, you can take a drink of water as a mouthpiece.
Genius.
Yeah, the clothing change, same thing. I've got this outer shirt, bike stuff, bike shorts underneath these, Under Armours. I'm not going to sleep in those. We're going to change some clothes, and then we'll let you nose.
Changed into my long sleeve shirt,
Yeah, look at him.
pants. This is camp mode.
Changed out of my wet shirt and out of my bike shorts.
This is
I
Final
still wear
Corpse
that shirt every
bench
day.
ball.
Bench ball.
We're
That's
here
it.
play testing it.
I teased it earlier, and then here it is.
The
I
goal
didn't
of
do
a
this on
ball
purpose.
is
Isn't that?
to throw a tennis ball at a bench and hit a bench.
I like
have the
editing
ball,
video.
Roll back. pass
Especially
the
video.
circle.
You're
my
good at
friends
it,
are
man.
in.
You're
Game
good
goes
at
Especially
it.
video my friends are
101
in.
points.
Thank you for noticing
You
that
can
about
score,
me. And
you-
yes, it's
you get
true.
a point for each bench that you hit, and the ball comes back. It's 60 to 58, with Drew ahead by 2 points.
You filmed this. This was your idea. You caught this.
I love
You
it.
d-
It's
remember that?
2-point difference.
Yeah. That's the joke, man. It's like, fuck, doesn't matter. 60 to 58, it's like,
Super
who's
high.
fuck counting? Do you remember setting this up? Because you're like, oh, this
I
is
do.
cool.
Yeah.
See? So you're also a good filmmaker. It's not just me. It's really not. This show is you also being good and me collecting
Okay.
what is good from you.
Cool.
Not everything you make is good, but
Music? Did we make
some
it?
of it's good.
We
And then, did we make any music?
made a little bit of music.
We just came off of a music video, and then it's time for another music video.
That's right.
You
This
ready?
is a 20-minute. This is the least viewed.
Yes.
The fuck, man. This is like a
It's like not bad.
historical wisdom.
We put on redneck outfits, and we're like, let's shimmy around, pretend to, and then we'll do loops around I have a deck that's like 8x6, and my bike, and there's 2 bears. So basically, you can't fit. But we did it. And this is not the only music video we filmed in this backyard. Let me tell you.
That's right. We did that other
We
one.
did the other white trucks.
Yeah.
Least viewed. This is the least
Least
viewed
viewed.
episode.
Fuck.
Day 2, Briones. Getting ready to go? All right. So,
I'm totally
cleaned it up
enraptured
better
in
than
this.
we found it.
Me too.
Brings a tear to my eye
And
too.
get ready to pedal back to Richmond. Aubrey's down there. You need to see him? Great.
Let's talk about it. What are the possibilities?
Infinite possibilities.
What are your thoughts?
Half Moon Bay, Kirby Cove,
Didn't do either of those.
Butano,
Super hard to get reservations there.
Sunol,
Didn't do there yet.
Henry W. Cove,
Haven't gone there
State
yet.
Park, Mount Diablo.
Did that.
Oh,
Did that.
shit.
Mount Diablo is on.
You did the hardest
you know,
one.
It's in the queue.
So how many feet to mid camp? That's like 3,000 feet?
We didn't go all the way to the top though. It's true.
1,200?
1,500.
We went pretty
We
high up.
fucking got that.
We can do that. Yeah, we can do
Dude, we would kick that ass.
And then day 2 is the hike day, hike and chill day.
So maybe we
Hike to the top.
Oh, okay.
Picnic. come
Yeah, that's
down,
cool. A
chill,
2-day
sleep.
Diablo trip.
Fuck.
Day 3 is coming back.
Right home.
But we
That
did
makes
we
sense.
did Diablo,
Dude,
but it was a 1-day trip.
What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
I'm just saying,
I
good
like
good
that
idea, me.
So here it is. Now, part of going down memory road, of course, is like, yay, look at the least viewed episode. But part of me is not totally done with Bicorder Warders Reminiscence. And Aubrey, if you will, I would love if you maybe would explore with me the most viewed episode.
Yes, please.
Okay. And let's also comment on it. So let's see. Help me count the number. I mean,
I love that Bike Order Warriors with all those people saying it.
Mhm.
That was totally you, man. That was totally your organizational skills and leadership.
thank you
Got
for
everyone
noticing.
to do
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This is awesome.
Thanks for noticing. Okay. I almost don't think it would. I don't think we should count. Well, there's a clear winner. I mean, it's right here. It's season 2, episode 1 has 111 views. And but then
That's
you go
way higher than all the others.
yeah, because then you go 41, 38, 52, which is actually pretty high for us, and then 24. Then of course the 22, now 23, thanks to us.
Yeah.
And then we have season 3, episode 1, 48. So season 3, episode 1, I got 48.
That's a high.
That's a high
That's the
number.
second highest.
And then this thing I named differently. These musicians camped Angel Island via bikes. 39.
You doing some A/B testing?
Yeah.
With the naming.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then I did Cyclists Camp Mount Diablo. 31.
Right.
But then here's the long form.
Bay
this
Area.
This was my big one. This it was the full-on Bay Area camping season 3 finale. Briones.
Okay, so you have
47.
So you
34 minutes long. That's my longest one.
You have geographical information in the title. You know what's happening, and you know it's a finale.
Mm-hmm.
So those
And you
are-
see a
those are
funny
pretty
guy in front of
powerful.
Safeway. That's the thing. Is this the one we should look at?
It's up to you. Is that the most highest?
No, but it's the biggest.
All right.
It's the one that has the
Let's
most
wa-
comments.
let's watch it.
Okay, let's do it. It's the biggest. We probably get a commercial. Oh no, I didn't put ads on it. There we go. Oh, there's a bunch of original music on this.
Yeah, see, that's good editing. You have the cold open, then the
Intro
opening
song.
theme, intro. Yeah, you know, I don't have to explain it to you.
I like hearing about it, so keep talking. This is before we had the
Hello,
group.
let me introduce my friend, brother-in-law, Tim Goodspeed. He's a musician also. He's going to be riding with us today on the Bike Order Wars. To where are we going?
We're going to Briones.
Hell yeah. What he was saying
Talk
was
about your
stupid, so I
load
made
on
it
the
fast.
handlebars. Take me from side to side.
He was like complaining. I was like, oh, no one wants to hear complaining.
Important part. We've got the brakes right here. We got a bell. It's good for safety. Oh, I like this. Put a little bottle cap on this stem. Clever.
hydraulic disc brakes. We got this fancy bell.
Me analyzing his bike. I love that.
I switch back and forth. Gear talk. Aubrey.
It's light in motion. In case
You see that?
In case you get stuck in the dark.
How big's that light? How many lumens? Do you know?
I freak out here.
800.
Yeah.
Urban.
Whoa.
It's pretty
I
bright.
freaked
It's
out.
pretty strong. Then we've got our shifters, and that's what we have so far in the tandem bar.
Okay. What size tires we got going on here?
He's off road here.
So he's jamming. He's got big ass tires.
These are 2.2.
He was a great pace
29,
pace car.
29
He went too fast to be a pace car. He's in good shape.
2 water bottles here.
You know what I thought?
He was pretty
He's the
fast.
most likely person after May to take over your spot in the Bike Order Warriors.
What's this thing on top?
He's the most likely candidate.
He'll be drinking.
on the larger
But he doesn't
side.
drink or
Ginger beer.
smoke.
Ginger
So it's
beer.
like, fuck, I'm smoking alone.
Tested down. Pretty
Be
low.
fun, though.
Up in the Himalayas.
The thing is,
We
he's
have
physically
bags
capable
right
and
here.
would like
They're
to.
low
Those are the
cost.
two elements.
Right.
They've worked
Right.
out really well.
And those are
Bike
sort
and
of the
bag and the rack have actually gone all
requirements.
The way.
To be a
Yeah,
bike
are you
order-
physically
bike order-
capable and would you
Yeah.
like to?
Do you want to do this?
It's hard as fuck.
Do you want to bike camp? Are you
A
sure?
lot lower cost than a lot of other tours.
Are you really, really sure?
We're not updating right
here.
now.
Is this like
Gear
a
Talk, Bike
garage
Order
with
Warriors,
tools
Tim
and
stuff.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, that is the garage right there.
Okay.
Extra two.
And it's a switchback between your opinion of his stuff and his opinion of his
Right,
stuff.
Right, which I love.
And
But you've got a pump too.
I do have a pump as well.
So Tim, tell us about your bicycling.
Oh, yeah, I
life.
got
How
old
did
footage.
You get to join the Bike Order Warriors today.
Wow. So it's been a long journey. As a child, I loved bicycling and never bought a bike. Never
He's
had
a
a
very
bike my
earnest
size
guy.
past the
I
age of
love,
about
Homeschooled, you
probably
can tell. Love
10.
him.
Beyond that, I did little excursions around town,
He's
and then
so
when I was
earnest and-
22 years old,
He's
I got
real,
a job in a bike
earnest.
shop,
Very
and
real.
my cycling life completely.
He
turned
Very
doesn't-
around.
focused on his
Started
own
with
life,
mountain biking, then I
Mhm.
bought a road
which
bike.
is very.
rode up
And
to
he's a
50
listener.
miles, and I
Homeschooled.
wanted to do even
He's also a
longer.
good
I walked
listener.
So far as 85 on a
Love him.
long
Love you,
touring
Tim.
day.
He plays
85
guitar
Low
like a
85.
devil.
Yeah.
Just like a devil.
Laura and I did a trip
Look at this.
in
This is
Vietnam
real.
Where we rode from the north of the country
Wow.
to about halfway down the country.
Why do you want to go bicycle camping at Briones?
I
Hire me
love-
to edit
actually,
your video.
to be
That's what I'm
honest, I
saying.
just don't
Totally,
think
man.
far ahead enough to be
I would
able
hire
to
you to do a video.
Well, I have fair prices, Aubrey.
because it's very popular.
I have
these
fair
days.
prices.
Like at
Probably
least 6 months ahead.
95 an hour.
And, it's much easier to
You know,
For
put
hike in
just
spot
a
or
tad under 100 so
backpacking
people
spots
don't
and
think
bicycle
that it's
camping
100.
really fits
I
in.
would do. I could do
Effectively,
95
it's
an hour.
100.
Yeah,
Like sleeping
I would do
outside?
that.
I
I would
love
do that.
sleeping
90 an
outside.
hour.
I love
And I would get a lot done in an hour.
89 an hour.
Even that would be the deal. And I would do that for you. I do for you. I do
Here
89.
going here. How's it going, Aubrey? Pretty good. You see the new?
Yeah, I am
uh,
slimmer.
Oh, yeah, check this
I am
out, check this
slimmer
out.
there. Don't-
the new pannier fix there?
No,
That looks good.
it looked new.
It's like American duct tape right there. It came like that, huh? It does look like it came like that, except for that. What are you doing?
Checking out the brakes, feeling good. I just did a little
Except for that.
fix up here, pulling out, and I don't know how it's gonna sound or how well it's gonna.
We're
It's-
so
we're-
late. We're too late. We should have left fucking hours
We're,
ago.
we're also
You
still,
seen this, Tim?
you know, it's still a dick measuring contest. We're still
like, whose
looking
bike
at
is
each
good?
other's- Yeah.
That's actually custom.
We're still like,
Oh,
who's,
your
who's
tennis
the
ball
best?
shit. You lose. Yeah.
I lose,
Okay, let's take a look at my dashboard here. We got this mirror for safety.
but
We got
I
our
actually
front
win.
sprocket shifter,
Look at this.
That's the thing.
Bluetooth speaker, headlight, navigation computer / jukebox / communications device, aka phone. And we got our odometer / speedometer.
I'm
And
good.
we
I'm
got our-
glad. I'm glad that you sped it up because I wanted to do it
That's
like
pretty much what I'm looking at all day.
very technically. Say it very technically.
But it happens in a minute. We gotta fucking go. And we were way too late. This is a funny scene. I'm proud of this.
Well, this,
This is
strange
funny.
and dreadful obstacle
This was a great
goes all the way over
prank,
here
too.
to the left and then all the way back to the
I feel
right. Is
proud
that
of
a
this
ton?
prank.
Oh, well, let me check the left again. Let's see. Looks like a no. Let's go to the right again. Ew. Hopefully there's a hole I can stick my fingers into. Oh, good. Yes, let's stick them in. Ow! Oh no, it's just locked. Oh, these dang bikes are heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and lay my bike down here. See, look, I'll just lay it down and then we'll slide it under. Yeah, hey. Whoop.
Yeah, man.
If I'm pushing this
We're all so smooth. We all know how to get over this.
That's just great. So you'll pull here, and then
Love it.
Take my bike
So,
immediately. Hurry,
Tim
take
Tim
it.
sort of uses like
just hang on 1
smarts.
second here, and
You're
that's
like
it.
just
Right
doing
back
the
down.
hard
brawn.
lift.
Chocolate.
I'm like, what? I'm strong. Just lift it over.
Well, I get a piece of that chocolate.
And delegating it to him.
Yep.
Fucking beautiful, man.
Google Maps often is wrong. So, Aubrey's got this obstacle here.
Dude.
Can you just get through? And you just fucking walk through the fucking opening like we're fucking idiots! Jesus Christ! You didn't even take your bags off. You just fucking push it through. And we're just doing this whole fucking show, and all you do is do the right thing
Turns
to
out it
do.
wasn't an obstacle after all.
Oh my god! And then we
Aubrey's
start the
obstacles. Aubrey's obstacles are not.
ride. They're internal.
Yeah.
They're just internal.
Other people are dealing with these obstacles.
Cuisine?
He was cruising.
Like 15, 16 on a mountain bike. And we were just starting to ride the sun's
That's a
fucking
cool.
going down.
That's a cool like jersey or whatever he's got.
Yeah, it's a don't run me over jersey.
Yeah, look at that. That sucks. That route sucked.
Uh-huh.
I want to be on a trail with trees. I want to be on a paved trail with trees for like
Most of the time.
12 hours.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'll pedal for 12 hours. But here we are in Martinez. We rode there from Crockett. And we're just This is the beginning. This is like
This is
10%
awful.
of the ride.
This is awful.
That's why the music. What do you hear?
Riding conditions are just
The music is
atrocious.
agreeing with you.
Music is relaxing. This isn't.
Break?
This is not.
And I
relaxing.
ask you, and you go. You were going faster than
I
the
was like-
fucking moon, dude. I was like, why is he going so fast? I can't keep up with him, Aubrey, dude. I like use extra
wanted
energy
to-
to get up to ask you, and you're like just pulling away,
I wanted to get it over with.
dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was eating a lot of tuna sandwiches at that time.
You were
and
going so
and drinking
fast.
whey shakes
Oh,
and eating super low carb.
here's Aubrey comedy
Okay, here we are
Janky
at
setup.
Safeway.
overlaps with Aubrey comedy.
That's the janky part of my setup.
You get that meta
About
shit,
a
take that
mile-
on.
Not a mile. We're about an hour out from our destination, and the sun is going down. So I'm eager to get going here. Unfortunately, Safeway has a 10-minute in line rule. If you're in line at Safeway, you have to spend at least 10 minutes in line, and they discourage you from being ready to pay by the time you get to the register. So you want to get to the register, and then oh, I gotta pay, right? And then you get your shit out and you get your checkbook.
It's kind of
out
David Crossy.
and a pencil. Replace the lead in the pencil.
You just need
Write
glasses.
a check. And then hunt around for your ID. So this is the procedure that we're dealing with here at Safeway.
I love that hat.
But that's it for now.
You still have that hat?
Yeah.
I drive by this mural every day. Oh, and this song rocks. I later added lyrics to this song. It might be better as an instrumental.
Are the lyrics happening right there?
Mm-hmm.
Like immediately on that part?
Yes.
Maybe wait one measure before lyrics or something.
Oh no, there is a measure, but then
Oh, okay.
little, foreshadowing there.
But right here, it's like
It's like that.
There we go.
Down, down, down.
Weird little building.
down, yeah.
Was that the origin of Weird Little Buildings?
No,
Oh, it was Post.
it's Post.
Post.
It's a reference to.
The lore was already established.
Down this tomorrow. Like, smooth sailing.
I'm foreshadowing more.
to like mountain surfing. This is paddling.
We already heard about mountain
Then we get to
surfing.
surf. It's mountain surfing. You can do that, man.
It's okay. You can repeat ideas. He's just burning rubber.
Full gear. That's pretty ultralight. I made this song all by myself. You can tell. More Aubrey jokes.
You don't want to be in a situation.
I had to include them. I couldn't put them not in.
You understand?
I had to have the Aubrey jokes in there.
It was pretty funny.
You made them, and I was like, they need to squeeze in.
Yeah, I felt compelled to make them. I feel compelled to make comedy.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what venue is acceptable in which to make comedy, you know.
That's correct.
Because comedy's on fucking lockdown right now, culturally.
Oh, here comes the fucking breakdown. And the rules that we break at the same time. Yeah. Right now it starts to suck. Sightseeing.
Thank you. Oh, you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh man, we were in for a long night,
Illegal. This is illegal.
and we were in for a long ass night. God damn! Thanks for fucking Knight Rider there.
I know, Mr. fucking athlete shape.
And he was so ready. Everything was so, you know. It was like the perfect loadout.
Yeah. Except for he carried
Maybe.
too much shit. But look at this,
Yeah,
tech check.
sure.
Oh, so you can't really see it.
Well, you and
Tech
I
check.
are very kind of Spartan. Like, let's strip it down.
And he brought extra
and I don't
pants
mind
and
a
stuff.
little bit of pain.
Well, he brought like a whole new outfit for the next day. And it's like,
We don't mind a little bit of pain.
I'll take the pain.
That was the thing. That was a factor.
Orchard Trail to Tanyan Trail.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, we.
Hold on a second.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Tim's like, what?
Well, hey guys.
It's like perfect.
Do you lift some weights?
Perfect hairdo. You know,
Fucking.
What? Let's keep walking.
I'm perfect. Yeah.
one tiny little gleam of sweat.
So we hit this other gate.
With love and respect, by the way.
Dude, absolute. And I hope he watches this episode. Tim, I love you. I made this silent on purpose.
It's nightmarish.
Yeah, that's the point. The point is, there's a break from the sound, and then you hear me. Look at this.
You're exhausted.
I'm wearing the head cam. I'm
This
cramping.
was before
What trail is that?
Diablo.
After. Before.
It was like a dietary thing, man.
we're on
When you
this
you
white
got super
road.
tired and crampy.
I needed to.
I don't think it was like you were out of shape.
I think it was I was out of shape. I think I should have been climbing hills twice a week, 4 weeks before, and I wasn't. I really think I was
you
out
were
of shape.
doing your
Well,
I had some
reps.
cramp
now
back
I'm
there.
running. I'm running
Yeah,
hills
walking.
2 to 3 days a week now.
Mm.
I'm running hills.
But it's weird because you could do
Yeah,
Sammy
so
P.
both legs
just
are
cold.
cramping.
I could. The thing is, I can. I have the
Yeah.
meat. I can. The muscles here. I can do it.
Yeah.
Just how do you
I
have
just
to
wondered if it
feed
was
me
like a
and
diet
sleep
thing.
me? It was. I think it was. I didn't prepare exactly, and this was a harder than usual trip.
Yeah.
I gotta get to the top of this,
This was
fucking
hard.
hill.
This
Hear
was
that?
very
You
hard.
hear me? Fading.
That's the option.
Yeah, you can either take one.
I
more
got to get to the top of this fucking hill. That's the option.
You can either take one more step forward and potentially have a great outcome, or you can stop right where you are and have a miserable outcome.
Well, that's why I
Just
kept
try.
going.
Just try one more step. That's the
Yeah.
sort of philosophy that you're at.
Are we there yet?
Look at that. It's night. That's a nightmare. It's a nightmare
Is
fuel.
it this way?
Just constantly looking towards the light. Oh, never-ending march through the woods, and then
No,
here we
there'd
are.
be a trailhead, wouldn't there?
God damn.
You would think there, yeah, there should be a trailhead.
And then we
We're
think
fucked.
We think we're lost.
For the Briones
Yeah,
Crest.
yeah. Yeah, this was pretty dark,
Be
man.
close to by now.
Fuck.
See, I put it down there to emphasize. We gotta be close to by now. Like I'm gonna die soon.
And then once we arrived, it was like,
I'm full of energy. Everything's fine. We can jump hills.
yeah, okay.
I can jump hills.
There was nothing.
There's something over here.
Hold
That's
on.
the first time we've ever come in this way. It reminds me of Black Diamond.
Yeah,
You gain a little bit of your,
The hellish.
a little bit of your energy.
that's
Yeah.
you. Hellish nature.
Pretty sure we're home free now.
You just added 10 miles to our journey.
Whoa! There we are. Just arrived at camp.
We had to cross over
We
the
all
ridge.
survived.
We went the wrong way.
That's what was fucked. Is we went over the ridge.
We should have rode on the road to the real entrance.
Too.
A long climb up that
Yeah.
hill and then back down.
There's a lot of cliff.
We took the hardest route
Here we are at Briones. Aubrey, how's it feeling,
by
sir?
by instinct.
Doing well. Setting up the hammock first thing.
We're going to sit
It's
down.
like just because it's a promise of rest.
Yeah.
You want to get done first. Get the complicated stuff out of the way.
good advice.
Wisdom.
Start a fire.
Wisdom right there.
Cozy up next to the fire.
Get
Eat
the
your food, drink your
get the
beer.
Nice.
get it situated.
We all made it. I was nervous, though. I was cramping. It was close. It hurt. But we made it.
You're like, no problem.
My legs are cramping.
Sure.
So we're going to do
I
some
knew we'd make
stats
it.
here. We're doing
There's
our
more.
fireside chat.
Oh, look at our little fucked up fire. Look at that bullshit.
Some stats because my phone's dead.
Illegal. Oh,
2 hours, 22 minutes, distance of 18.8 miles, with an average speed of 8 miles per hour. But I think it was more like, that's fairly accurate. I think it was over 20 miles, though. And when you're walking, you go down to 3 miles per hour, so that affects our
Or
average.
slower when you're hauling a bike with you.
If you're pushing your bike
Over
full
the
of
ridge.
gear,
Hill.
if you're pushing your bike up a hill and it's got all your stuff in it and your legs are cramping, it's more like half of a mile an hour. Say you collapse onto the ground because your legs hurt.
Let's just hypothetically.
Yeah.
Hypothetically,
All right, Tim. How are you feeling? Is your eyes messed up?
I think it's
Solution
he got
opportunity.
something in his eye.
Bike order warrior. Something in my eye.
Safety goggles, maybe clear safety goggles.
That's not a crazy idea.
It's not crazy.
Oh, you need a hand there?
This was a big. This was a. It took a long time for this to be.
Sometimes it
He
feels
was
like
dramatic.
still in
It was
there.
fine.
Something.
He was
Yeah.
fine. Next day he was.
Oh, you
fine.
think he was being dramatic?
Speaking of beer,
No.
Oh, okay, I don't.
we're
think so
having
either.
some of the IPA.
Oh, I brought
from
cans.
Saint Archer.
Dude, fuck bottles. You got to bring cans on your
Sorry, I'm
bike,
having some of
man.
that.
Maybe just one big can.
A giant bomber can.
good.
Like a
One of those
Cleaver?
Heineken things, or one of those.
Oh shit, that's gonna go good.
Couple growlers,
good.
crowlers.
crowler. That's it.
Like
And then we had this
2 hours?
fire. Oh, but dude, after that, and then you get a. Oh,
Aren't we? Does this count? Are
I
we
know.
woodsmen?
It's
I
so
think this
sweet.
Counts.
the end and toil
Mountain men even.
of work is
and
rest.
the next day,
is rest.
there's a story about the night.
Hey guys.
Tim's all
How'd it go?
chipper and
Hey,
ready
I love
to go.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like groggy and slow moving.
Yeah. Ooh, sun's coming. Let's see.
Yeah, I was awakened a few times by the sound of a
screaming, dying animal. Just
I
shrieking
remember
at
this.
the top of its lungs. It sounded.
I remember Tim
as-
waking up. I remember hearing
very
Tim
nervous.
wake up.
Definitely
You were awake
a
too.
Shock. And it screamed for maybe 2
I was
minutes
mostly
straight
awake. I
at the
don't
absolute
really
top
sleep
of
that
its
much when I
lungs.
go on these things.
Yeah,
And it was
not too
definitely
much.
dying. There's no other explanation. It was a sudden scream. And then after about 2 minutes, it suddenly stopped. I just turned over, pulled my covers over, and went back to sleep.
But there's nothing like being awakened by the sound of death.
Yeah, I also heard that fight. I heard the screaming sounds too. I heard two deaths. Aubrey, did you hear the deaths?
I didn't hear him.
Yeah, I heard 2 rodents at their end.
Actually, I did hear
That's fucking great.
Why isn't this on the Daily Show? You know what I mean? And then we put Tim's song. This is Tim's song.
Yeah, it's good. It's good too. What's this? I love Tim.
Everyone loves Tim. Who doesn't love Tim?
His music is very like
welcoming,
easy.
It's nice. Nudity. See, there was nudity. I always have male nudity in these episodes.
Super cranked.
Crank that shit. I'll zap it. We got a little loud. No, that's too
good.
quiet. That's too good.
That's good.
Okay.
I got it here.
This is
morning.
gross. Check it out. Another
Day
joke.
2,
Time for a joke.
Briones, Bike Order Warriors.
Another quantum moment of time. Time for a
Let's take look
joke.
What we got here? We've got this basil and chive kind of crumbly cheese with some of these kettle chips. Last little bit of the sourdough bread.
potluck.
And a little bit of the cheese.
He bought so much bread. He bought like 3 loaves of bread, like a psychopath.
Protein stuff.
I think that's
And
the next
if I'm not
layer
mistaken, I
of
believe
Bike
August
Order
was
Warriors
doing
would be
some
to
Hunt.
like carry no
Quite a
food
good
or
time.
carry
Yeah.
a very
And
minimal
there's some
loadout
dates,
of
too.
food, which we
some
coordinate
almonds, so it's
so there's
kind
like
of a
there's nothing's
smorgasbord of
wasted.
flavors and tastes.
Yes. Next level.
Not really warm, but tastes good.
So, if you could put together any combination of food here, what would
See,
you do?
you're funny. You're a funny guy.
You could take a chip and put some cheese on it.
Oh, this is gross.
Maybe you'd have a
Oh, this is fun.
peanut butter pretzel.
Oh,
No, that looks
Use
good.
that
Mm.
We've done grosser food moments on.
Well,
Bike
hold
Order
on. Here we
Warriors.
go.
Some grapefruit.
Grapefruit, peanut butter,
It's a little weird.
cheese, and
The
potato chip.
grapefruit. Grapefruit
Here, look.
pre-chaser.
I'm just sort of confused. It's not bad.
But you're getting all the. You're getting like the fruit and the carbs and the.
Which you need. I need to pound carbs on these trips. I'm a keto-ish leaning guy, except for beer.
Tidiness is not.
But for these trips, you have to eat carbs. You have to.
You have
And
to.
meat.
I think like beans, avocado,
That's what I get.
Bread,
fruit,
and
This,
some
maybe I
steak.
get a new clip. for
Yeah,
it.
you need a
This
big
just died.
piece of meat.
There's barely
To repair your muscles.
anything here.
Yeah.
What are you grateful for? See, look at that shit. Look at that sticker. Fucking, that's my only sticker. God damn it.
Let's do it.
The cows. And then we finish his song. Here comes the second half of Tim's song.
Oh, we're all like.
Remember, you know that? Right when you, like, your taint sits back in the seat day 2 of a 2-day bike ride? Your taint is at it's at an 8. It's at an 8 when
The
you sit
worst
down.
was the fucking Petaluma. That was the worst for me.
I
That was
think-
the worst. That was the worst taint. That was the worst discomfort on a trip.
And yeah. I think we had the most taint complaints on the Petaluma episode. But here's Tim's song. Here it comes. diarrhea. Undercover shutdown.
He's an amazing guitar player.
I'm on djembe on this song.
Long road ahead now. Soon it's
Breakfast served on silver.
sitting in a
Oh shit.
Let's go as a
Oh
group.
shit.
Let's stick together. Oh, this was fun. This was
That
was
is so
very
fucking
tense
cute.
and awesome.
So
This is an
cute.
awesome
His mom
moment.
is probably
man.
not happy,
Fuck.
though.
This was super scary.
In Briones by cows.
I was scared.
I was scared as fuck, man. I've been charged.
See that fucking one?
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm worried about. Because the babies, you don't want to get, too close to the babies. Daddy was down there.
Was the jangle
right
Yeah,
there.
Daddy's fucking around down there. Mama's right here. That's the one you have to worry about.
Go ahead, Tim.
I was picturing her ramming me down the cliff, then I would fall down the cliff.
And
That's what I was picturing.
I was the last one in the line, and I was like, well, they usually take out the last,
The weakest,
straggler,
right.
And the herbed.
And then here's this big
No, let's
dick
not say
bull.
weakest, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Mr.
you're
Captain.
last,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Good boy.
Good boy. Look at that
But,
dick.
I was-
It's like
yeah, I was-
44-inch
I'm
dick.
not-
I mean, that's.
I was pretty.
And then Tim's like, "Hey, it's fine. Hey,
nothing's wrong. Everything's good.
yeah." Well, they
It
charged
was
me
scary.
before.
I was scared.
10% better. I'm going to switch audios soon.
That was very scary.
Yeah, they charged me out
Remember
there.
that moment.
I had the dogs though.
my face. It's kind of emo. It's kind of emo. But it's kind of alternative too. It's kind of alternative too.
Oh, we made it super heavy.
Nope, no water.
Water.
Going that way.
Hmm.
You can. It's hard.
She was like,
Did you ever get that footage of us with the woman on the Amtrak train when we went up to Davis? We went up to visit Adam. Did we ever get that footage? Was that a thing?
It's
Did
possible.
we make an episode
it's
of that?
yes, we can pull that up next. Actually,
Was she in that?
it was my plan to have a bike order marathon today. That was actually my plan.
I'm on board.
Okay, cool.
I'm just wondering.
Look at
like,
this.
I
Look at my
remember-
info.
I
Check out
remember
my
filming-
sick ass info here. Look at this. Then you secure your bag with a Velcro cable strap. Then use a bungee to secure the top of your water
Yeah,
bag
this
to
is
the
good.
frame.
This is great because you have a the camera view is great.
Attach your bungee to the bag. Wrap it around and
Look at
attach the
that.
other end.
You're
to the-
fucking like, this is post-apocalyptic.
This is how to use a
Zombie
camelback
hunter.
Basically, this is the
what
way to
your
make
loadout
bike
would
riding long term. This is how to knock it off your bike, basically.
Yeah.
It's extreme.
You're gonna be on your bike for like 8 hours straight.
And so what?
Ready,
It's awesome.
go.
Fucking, you get stronger. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I've done this.
Helmet.
Air.
Brakes.
It's cool to see it from your perspective, you know.
Nice. Good to hear.
Tidiness.
It's steel frame. It's so fucking key.
I love my bike.
Because it's so
It's perfect.
It's such a delicate little bike, but because the frame is so strong,
I can't break it.
has
It's flexible. Mm-hmm.
like it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. I could probably ride that
just
bike the rest of my
barely-
life.
It's just barely touching the ground. It's just barely touching the ground.
It's barely touching the ground.
Barely touching the ground.
Mm-hmm. And I can go.
All the shit's loaded
I
on
can
it,
go
though, and
45
it's like,
miles an hour on that bike.
Yeah.
45 miles an hour.
I know. I've seen it. I've seen you at
And then ended up over
42
the
or
fire.
something.
Yeah.
Is that illegal?
It's fucking insane.
Mm-hmm. That's fucking stupid. Stupid. I shouldn't do that with all the bags, but I just couldn't help it. At 43, I hit once.
Great. How are you? You'd probably break something if you fell off.
Oh, I would shatter something. So we're coming home here, and it's like there's some downhill. Finally, god damn it.
Yeah, finally. This is like the beautiest moment. When you can see that it's downhill, and you can see that it's downhill for like a mile. Right? Those are the best.
All right, Tim. You made it back. And it's time for a celebratory ginger beer. Looking at your loadout, thinking about what you got here. What are you really glad you brought? And what do you like I didn't use? What do you got in here? What'd you use?
Let's see. So
Didn't
I
use
had
most
these
things.
extra warmth gloves, which I used this morning. Probably could have survived.
There's a
without
burp
them, but
there.
I really
That's
enjoyed
nice.
having them. They kept me nice and toasty.
It's almost like everything,
I did
almost
bring some
everything that he bought,
bananagrams, which
that
I
he
did
brought,
not
would,
use.
he didn't.
Also cards.
That's the
I
point of
brought
this
water
segment.
bottle full of water. I used it to put out the fire, which was helpful. But I didn't drink it, so I probably could have left it behind, given that I had.
He had
two bottles
extra
up
day of
front,
clothes.
And I was
Bananagrams.
I'm almost like
Look.
Pants, which I guess
Go
I
ahead.
could have.
I'm almost like start from nothing.
Yeah. Brings zero.
Presume nothing. Don't go from top down.
What
like,
can't I bring?
I need the tent and the this and that.
You know,
Go
whoa.
from I need, I guess, a flashlight and water.
A sleeping bag.
Water.
Pillow.
Like water, sleeping bag.
Sleeping pad. No. Hammock.
Like sleeping.
And you kind of go that direction. Yeah.
Yeah, like I need to be comfortable sleeping.
And hammocks
Then,
aren't
like- and then,
comfortable
like-
sleeping.
and
Aubrey,
then
will you
water.
admit that that's true?
They're super not comfortable.
It's not comfortable to sleep on hammocks.
Especially if you're a belly sleeper. I'm a belly sleeper. Sleep on my belly.
Can't do it.
Spread out, you know.
Like a baby.
I'm like
You're like a big
this.
baby. Yeah.
Or sleep on my side. But you can train, if you are a belly sleeper or a side sleeper, you can train yourself to sleep in a hammock. That is true. And
Yeah.
the way to do it is to sleep like this on your back, but have like sort of pillows on you.
To signify pushing.
So it sort of feels like you're sleeping on your stomach, you know.
Okay. That's like
That's a way to
I
train
hear
yourself
that.
to
Yeah.
sleep in the hammock.
I hear that.
But it still sucks.
Yeah.
Sleeping in a hammock sucks.
It doesn't. It's like you get some sleep.
Let's be frank.
And we could even air the episode where you got the best sleep ever. Remember that episode?
That was good. That was rare.
Dude, and I have that pad. It's a double tall, single wide. I think that's my future. I really think it is, with a pump. Your pump.
What covering it? Just a rain fly?
Nothing. Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, so it goes
Just
dirt.
rain, full rain.
Yeah. It goes dirt.
I love it.
It goes double tall, single wide.
Right.
Air mattress.
Right.
Sleep, my 0-degree sleeping bag. And then a one rope
Yes.
covering a rain fly going over like a teepee.
That's all you need.
That's
all you
fine.
need. That's all you need. So you need trees somewhere.
Or my bike, or posts, something.
One bike, one tree.
You need one
Oh, yeah,
tree.
you could do bike just down to the ground.
Worst case scenario, yeah. Worst. If it was raining and you only had your bike, you could do it. But it would be terrible. You would need a friend That's why I imagine all you need is the bike-a-muck. What? Have you ever run amok? Well, you can bike amok, because in the bike-a-muck, you need 2 bicycles, and we sell the entire system with ropes, clamps, and mounts. So the bike-a-muck is simple. All you do is you take 2 bicycles perpendicular to the earth, and you apply the grounding stakes. Then you put the hammocks in between the 2 bicycles, and you run the rope across the top handlebars, and then you put your rain fly over the 2, and then you have your 2-person stationary home site, by which you can also have the fire underneath in between the bicycles. So this is the bike-a-muck. Go to empathyandImagination.com to order your bike-a-muck in about 1.5 years.
All pre-orders will be fulfilled within 10 years. Final Corp.
I needed 1 pair of pants, and I just worn that one.
Yeah, that's what I did
Today.
Yeah.
I brought an extra pair, like a change of.
He brought an
clothes,
extra
which
everything.
cares?
That's the problem.
Just riding back.
But he was fine. Look
He
at
was-
him.
no,
He's
he's
fit.
great.
Look at his rib cage.
I don't
mean,
mean
Jesus.
I'm not talking shit about Tim.
He took that
personally.
ginger beer all the way there and back, and he got it back to Crockett, and then he drank it.
Fuck. He carried tons of extra weight
Hey, chickens.
and outstripped our fucking sorry asses. The whole time.
Chickens. Doggies. Siren. Pfft. Cheap. Cheap, I say. I like it. So, Aubrey, seriously, it was my intention today for my topic to be a kind of a Bike Order Warriors sort of deep dive live scribe, where we talk over, because you and I and our past in the future. So, if it's cool with you, I'll pick the next episode. Okay, is that cool with you?
Yeah, for
okay, thank you. So, folks, we've talked
trying to
about
find
least
this-
viewed.
I'm trying to find the next trailer that I made.
Yeah, please
Trying to
do.
find that.
We've actually need that. I think we seriously need it. So, folks, here's the thing. This is fun to me. I'm super happy about this because I made all of this.
I found it.
Now, would it be fun? Okay, so it could be fun to be like, check out season 2, episode 2, which is really the kickoff of the comedy show. This is the earliest thing, and we are silly motherfuckers going to Samuel P. That's fun. Also, not on this channel for a strange reason. We can actually we can go back to episode 1, season 1, and if you go there, then you're talking about OG shit. So all of this is really exciting for me. Oh, oops!
Bike
I
Order
clicked
Warriors.
something. Let's just go with
My name
it.
is Aubrey Cloutier.
And I'm Drew Clark.
Okay, we're going with it. We're going with it. Bike Order Warriors.
This episode, we go into
Look at my beard.
Equipment.
Look at your fucking head.
We carry
Fresh
water
shaven
that
I
we
am.
need. Recent tune-ups.
Ever wonder what kind of bikes we ride? Well, you're gonna find out.
And where we go next.
So young.
Globe Vienna 2, which
Dude, look at this.
specialized in.
We had to
it's
go here.
2010 model. It's a hybrid
This is
commuter
good.
bike.
This is good.
Disc brakes.
God damn. Yeah, we're listening to
21
fucking
gears,
Yellow Wolf
I think.
right here.
Yeah.
Definitely notice as we're climbing the mountain.
You had a joint. You handed me a lit joint.
Able to spin.
Oh my
quicker
God! Listen to Yellow
as we're
Wolf.
climbing up, and I'm like,
What a
kinda
better
like
life could you have?
Yeah.
Slower gears.
24 gears actually.
24.
3 and 8. So
Okay.
a lot of gears.
Got this one behind us here. It's a steel charge cyclocross. It's all steel, made in Great Britain.
like the hard edits.
Medium, even though I'm
Yeah.
6'2" and large.
My name's
It works for me.
Well, this is early on. This is Drew early
bikes
on. You know, this is me
and
getting
other
started.
things,
It's still
and
good.
they would
That's what
break
I'm
a
saying.
lot. I believe
It's
18
still-
speed, just 2 forward sprocket gears.
It's still well edited.
So is it a slightly smaller frame than?
What I'm saying is your talent
Than
was
is
clear
recommended
early on.
for someone your height?
Well, there's different theories on that. Now, most people at my height would have like a large bike, but I found when I
Look
had
at our
a large
sport
bike,
coats,
it
like
wasn't as easy
psychopaths.
to,
Look at your facial
kind of have the
expressions.
sort
Look at
of
this.
control that I like when hurling my body in the high 20s of miles per hour down hills. I found that to have a medium-sized bike is actually better for me.
Equipment. So there's a metaphor that I like to use when packing up my pants.
You barely have eyebrows. You're like the white sheened sheath of a baby man. Look at you. Look 15 years old.
Usually I have 2.
I know, but that's your anchor to hair, is what I'm saying.
They're getting a little.
You look like you're a young. You look like a baby.
I look very young when
top
when
clips
everything's
and then
shaved.
Kind of.
It's true.
If you had a wig on right there, you could.
clip.
If you had a wig on right
So
there,
like
you could
post,
pass for like you're
and
a
then it sort of
teenager.
rests against it.
Right. Prevents it from kind of flapping out. The T in habit, which stands for tidiness. Tidiness is very important. You don't want
Look at
shit
the candles.
flapping around, bungees flapping into your spokes.
We're in
around
Richmond, California here, drinking beer,
You go
like
sailing over the top
because we
bars.
know life doesn't suck.
So
damn,
one
we're having
metaphor that I
fun.
like
You-
to that I keep in mind when packing.
You weren't
my
working at
panties
Gratitude yet.
No,
You hadn't met.
Albany Tap Room.
You were working at Albany Tap Room. You were a single bachelor.
Is that right?
And were you a piece of work? And here we are hanging out. I'm fresh shaven. You're having a lot
I'm
of fun.
nearly fresh shaven. Look at that. It's
You're
pretty
having a
close.
lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
This is fun. This is fun to rewatch this. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Rooms of a house. So, one of my panniers is kind of my bedroom and my bathroom. So I have my sleeping bag, sleeping pad,
I pee in my
and
pannier.
hammock, change of socks, change of boxers, wet wipes, toothbrush if I'm feeling decadent. And so in the second pannier,
Fuck wet wipes and
kind of
toothbrush.
living
Fuck
room,
'em.
Kitchen.
No, fuck that. Yeah.
And that's the one that has the majority of the food in it.
Brush your
when I
teeth
do
before and
pick up
after.
food. And I find that to be a useful way to organize the panniers. Garage is a little bag on the stem of the bike, and that has my tubes in it, and a repair kit and a pump. And I find that metaphor
I like what you're
house
saying, Aubrey.
to a bike to be useful when organizing and packing things
Nice.
for a bike camping trip.
Dude.
This
It's like
is
it's like
one of
bike
my pannier
philosophy.
bags.
It's philosophy.
And
There's
I'm
there's
gonna
a
show
ton
you
of philosophy.
Both why it's important to use one of these and what's in it. I've actually had
That's
it
what we're
one
doing
time
that's
where
new.
I didn't have the clips in place, and I was riding home from our old job, and I
You know
was
what I
doing
mean?
this turn, and it flipped out,
Like
and then
our philosophy of
went
it
in
is
and
what's
jammed
the
into my
new
wheel
thing.
and threw me off of my bicycle into the street.
Yes.
Any sort of bungee situation, you got to be really careful because I've definitely eaten pavement from bungees on bags. These are the clips we're talking about. How this generally goes is this little bottom clip is the clip we're
There's a
talking
dog
about earlier,
barking.
where this sort of slides onto a rail and then sort of holds it in place.
Dude, I
for
sort of
swimming.
missed. There's
Like this.
Inferno. Look at
Button.
Inferno.
So it clips
I
on.
sort of miss this apartment and
Here's a little
don't miss
handle.
this
So you just
apartment.
lift up, slide it over.
There he is, barking. It's a,
Problematic canines. So would this be a bedroom pannier?
This is my bedroom pannier, and how it goes, little clip up here, undo it, no big deal.
Yeah.
Turn around. We have this little
Oh
clip
yeah, wait,
holding
I
in
empty the
place.
whole thing out.
Open
That's
that
right.
up,
You're in
and then
luck,
it
folks.
unrolls. The whole thing's sealed just by you rolling it.
I know what you mean, like
So when I
the
close it, you just
my
grab
old
it like
apartment.
this, you're rolling it up. You're taking
My
the
old
strap over it.
My old apartment.
You are loosening it. Clip it into place.
You know what?
Tighten it up.
There's
and
no
you take these
question. This is
and clip
this
them together,
apartment's
and that's
better.
how you're tight.
And that keeps everything waterproof, right?
Everything's
Lightning?
waterproof. sealed in
Lightning.
here. So let's take a look. What do
It's
we
almost
got?
time.
What do we got?
First
Switch
thing,
over.
bungee cords. You're gonna need these.
Thank you.
Now we don't want to use these. You don't have to, but they're really handy when you need them.
Yeah. Good thing to have.
Next thing, more bungee
good.
cords. Seriously, they come up.
No
We're
joke.
funny.
It comes up. It does.
It's almost like we're funny. We should have a
Bungee
show
cord's
together.
good.
This is my sleeping pad with the
as I talked about, the side two Doesn't work. rails.
Doesn't work.
Do it with the side pads?
We
Yeah.
have the tarp
That
/rain
works.
cover. So this thing folds out to
That
be
thing
a rain
works.
cover
The side
or
pads are
underground
bullshit.
Tarp, depending
Yeah.
on the weather.
Yeah.
I thought
And
so.
those are useful, like for changing before bed and stuff.
Yeah,
So you're
definitely.
not stepping on the ground directly.
Mhm.
Have
Put your
kind of
shoes
a little-
down.
Yeah.
Put your thing on. It's nice to stand on. It's nice.
like a
little
little mat.
tarp is good.
Yeah.
Next we have the hammock. The whole hammock fits right in here. This is it. Whole
Yeah.
hammock. The whole thing.
Yeah.
And nylon rope. If you don't have nylon rope,
Here it is.
you need nylon.